Hello everyone, and welcome to the Sonora Writers Group Reading Room. And our guest today is
Kristin Fulton.
And Kristin Fulton is a children's author, as well as she's just finished her first full-length novel, which is absolutely fabulous, and everyone will have to go out and get a copy of that too.
Thank you, Jill.
Anyway, I want to welcome you, and I want you to introduce your book to us and tell our audience about what it is you do, and tell us about your new novel and your children's book.
All right. My new novel is Sisters of the Soul, and it is an adult book, and it's an epic that sweeps across the United States and ends in San Francisco. The book I'm reading from today is Snake Food, which is one of 3 middle grade novels that I've written. The other novels, The Haunting, and a 3rd novel will be coming out in September, and that is Henry Bingle's Transformation. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to read, as I said, from Snake Food, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a background about what happened first so that you're not lost with my selection. Theo and Olivia have physicians for parents, and they belong to a Doctors Without Borders type of organization, and they've been called away to go on a mission. And they've had to send the children to their great uncle Austin's house for the summer. Now the children don't really know great uncle Austin that well, and they're sent on the train. They arrive at the station and nobody is there to pick them up. And they do get a taxi, and they take it all the way up to Uncle Austin's house. And that's where I'm going to start the story. The taxi turned down a long driveway lined with graceful elm trees and stopped in front of an enormous 3-story house with 2 curved towers jutting up on both sides of a steep slate roof. Theo's eyes widened and he whistled admiringly. "I didn't realize that Uncle Austin lived in a mansion." "Yep, it's a mighty nice house," agreed the cab driver. "It has quite a history. I believe it was built in the 1860s, and of course your uncle has added on to it." The driver opened the trunk and lifted out their baggage. "That'll be $15.80. Olivia gave him a $20 bill from the money their parents had given them. "Go ahead and keep the change." The driver thanked her politely, wished them good day, and drove off, leaving Theo and Olivia and their pile of luggage in the middle of Uncle Austin's circular driveway. "This isn't looking good." Theo pointed to the shuttered windows, which gave the house the appearance of being empty. "Uncle Austin doesn't seem to be home." "Well, there's only one way to find out." Olivia lifted the handle of the brass knocker, shaped like a lion's head, and rapped it sharply against the huge, beautifully carved oak door. They waited, but no one answered. She rapped a second time. Theo tried to peer through the slats in the shutters, but he couldn't see anything. Maybe Uncle Austin is asleep. At 1 in the afternoon? I doubt it. Olivia paused and grinned mischievously. "Maybe he's dead," she said in her spookiest voice. "That isn't the least bit funny, Livy." Theo lifted the heavy knocker and banged it. "Hello," he shouted. "Is anyone home?" Suddenly the door swung open. A tall, shapely woman with a sharp nose and carrot red hair knotted into a messy bun stood in the doorway. A pair of wire-frame glasses sat on the end of her nose and had the effect of magnifying her close-set brown eyes. Her arms were tightly crossed over a gray silk robe, and Olivia had the impression that she'd just woken up. "May I help you?" She eyed them suspiciously. Her accented voice was harsh and unfriendly. Olivia couldn't quite figure out what country she was from and made a mental note to ask Theo's opinion. "Oh, hi!" Theo offered his hand. The woman did not take it. "I'm Theo Hazelsmith, and this is my sister Olivia. We're here to visit our great-uncle Austin. This is his place, isn't it?" The red-haired woman eyed their pile of luggage. "It is Professor Hazelsmith's home, but I know nothing of this visit," she said, her voice sharp and unwelcoming. "He was supposed to pick us up at the train station," said Olivia, "but I guess he forgot or something." The woman's eyes widened ever so slightly. "Just a minute, please." She slammed the door shut. Olivia looked at Theo and raised her eyebrows. "This all seems pretty weird to me so far. What do you think, Theo?" "It does seem strange. Maybe we should leave. Where would we go? Asked Theo. The police station might be a possibility. Or the nearest orphanage? Olivia giggled. Since when did you decide to be a stand-up comic, Livy? Your act isn't very funny. Oh, chill out. Olivia grinned at him and ruffled his hair. They waited nervously for the unfriendly woman to reappear. After what seemed like a long time, the door swung open and the woman stepped out. She had changed from her robe to a businesslike black suit and had tidied her hair. At her side stood a thin, bony man with a rough, pockmarked complexion. He was completely bald, but the lack of hair on his head was made up for by a pair of extremely bushy eyebrows that looked like caterpillars crawling across his forehead. He wore a matching mustache on his upper lip. I apologize for closing the door on you before, the woman said in a friendlier tone. I am Professor Hazelsmith's housekeeper, Mrs. Zelinsky, and this is Mr. Trokov, the professor's laboratory assistant. A pleasure to meet you both. The man bowed from the waist. You may call me Vladimir. Olivia noticed that he spoke with the same accent as Mrs. Zelinsky. What nationality are they, she wondered. Hungarian? Or maybe Turkish? She and Theo introduced themselves and shook hands with the strange couple. The housekeeper broke the awkward silence that followed. Well, come in, she said, and Olivia could tell that though she was trying to sound pleasant, Mrs. Zelinsky was not happy about their sudden appearance.
All right. That's neat.
Thanks.
And that should have everyone's curiosity peaked up to like number 10.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you need to tell all of us, where do we find this neat little book and all of your other books that you've written?
Well, my books are available locally at Columbia Booksellers in downtown Columbia, and they're also at Sonora
The
Mountain Bookshop, and in Jamestown at Here's the Scoop. And you can get these books on Amazon. There's a hard copy even of my book that is available now, my adult book, which I was really happy to.
Sisters of the Soul?
The Sisters of the Soul.
I think my sister is wanting that
Oh,
in a hard
wow.
copy, isn't
Wonderful.
it?
I think so,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so, yeah.
So, and also I have a website, which is www.kristinfulton.com, and you can go on there and tell me you want a book, and I'll mail it to you.
You'll autograph it too,
And
Ben.
I'll autograph it too.
Which makes it very valuable. Anyway, well, great.
Well, thank you so much for the interview, and I hope everybody reads the books.
Yes. And thank you for watching.